team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawgz, and we back to it. You know how we do it. Another day, another 75 stories video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe right now. We are on the road to 10K. Help me out, We trying to get there, man. I'm trying to get there at least by the end of next month. My birthday is by the end of next month, so that would be my birthday gift from y'all, is to get my channel to 10K. I think that would be a perfect 30th birthday gift. I'm turning 30 at the end of the next month. And what better gift than to get my YouTube channel to 10K? I think that would be awesome. But yeah, let's get into SHAQUILLE O'NEAL. 75 stories. He is one of the, I would say that Shaq is the most dominant player of all time. And it's not really, nobody close. Well, I ain't gonna say the greatest of all time, because there's Wilt and Bill Russell and all these other guys that I didn't see. But SHAQUILLE O'NEAL is the most dominant player that I've ever seen. And Giannis is coming up. But there's nobody that's been more dominant than Shaq. And I'm actually really curious to see how they talk about Shaq in this video, because this is probably my first Shaq video I think I've done, other than the stuff with him and Dennis Rodman. But this is gonna be my first one that's just solely on Shaq. And he's the reason why Kobe got 3 extra rings. Kobe got his first 3 rings because of Shaq. I mean, don't get me wrong, Shaq wasn't getting those without Kobe, but Kobe definitely wasn't getting those without Shaq. So I gotta, give Shaq his flowers, because he helped my boy Kobe out more than I could ever imagine. And without him being, that guy in the paint that was just so dominant and so great, the Lakers might not have been that good, and I might not even be as big a Laker fan as I am today. So maybe Shaq got a lot to do with me being a Laker fan. I didn't even realize it. I was so focused on Kobe so much, but Kobe was who he was because of how Shaq made it easier for him. So damn, that's crazy what YouTube channels do, man. What YouTube videos do. They make you realize stuff that you never would have realized. That's crazy. Like I'm a Laker fan because of Shaq. That's crazy. But let's get into this video, man. We got SHAQUILLE O'NEAL 75 stories. Let's get it.
Larger than life in every sense, SHAQUILLE O'NEAL dominated the paint on his way to 4 NBA titles and a spot in the top 10 on the all-time career scoring
Kobe got 5,
proving that Shaq Diesel was an unstoppable force.
Like in my thumbnail, y'all know. Now I gotta get the thumbnail.
He does it all. He is the complete package.
Hey. I think the thing that is interesting about Shaq is that he made the big man fun. He gave the big man personality. He would say he made the big man sexy, but that's that can be debated. But I think from a marketing of self standpoint, Shaq was and still is a genius. Shaq is really smart. Shaq is funny, but Shaq also understands trends. He understands the environment. He understands how to make people laugh, how to connect. Before Shaq, big men were stoic, they were quiet, they were serious. In some cases, they were mean. He had all that side to him as well, but he had this fun-loving, jovial, entertaining mindset.
When you needed big moments from Shaq the most, that's when he brought it. He was a big game, big moment, big time player. He had an ability, figuratively and sometimes literally, to put a team on his back.
I kind of forget, because once he left the Lakers, I kind of I don't want to say wrote him off, but he wasn't really somebody that I was watching a lot. But where was he ranked as far as, bigs once he left the Lakers? Was he still the best big in the league? Because it wasn't even a question when he was with the Lakers how dominant and how he was just the best, arguably the best player, but definitely the best big in the league. But when he went and played for Miami and Boston and, towards the end of his career, Was he still the best center in the NBA? Let me know.
And you just felt that confidence when he was on in those biggest moments during the playoffs, when some players can't reach that level. But he could go to a different level and bring everybody along with him, where you felt absolutely confident that you had a chance not only to win games in the playoffs, but immediately when he was there, you start thinking, okay, this is a title run opportunity.
Everybody knew of his dominance and the impact that he had on the game of basketball in Orlando as well as with the Lakers. But to bring that here to Miami, we knew that our eyes was only on one thing, and that was to win it all.
I can remember one time I almost got a tip dunk on Shaq. Low lie, no lie. So we on the free throw line, you know, and Shaq didn't think like I'm there. I guess he's not thinking I'm gonna go. I went and I had it, and so like when he saw what was about to happen, Shaq just lifted his arm. Like I went all the way home. And so afterwards, he turned to me and looked at me like, "Don't ever do that again." He's like, "You lucky I like you. I could have hurt you right there." He's like, "You called me off guard. I didn't think you." But like, just like that, just speaking to the strength that this man, like he was one, like you didn't want to get in his way. Period.
Rejected O'Neal. O'Neal runs the floor, takes it all the way.
Shaquille O'Neal. He's a 7 foot, 400 pound.
You're not 400.
When I say muscle, not fat, it was 400-pound muscle that really should have been 6'2". He moved like a 6'2" guy at 7'1" with that muscle size and strength. He could break dance, he could move, he was agile. I know Will Chamberlain, I saw him, highlights, but he didn't move with the grace that Shaquille could move at that size, especially early in his career. He was unique in that sense, which made him unstoppable. And so,
going back to what Quinn Richardson said, because I might forget, but he brought up a good point about like how strong he was in the sense of he wasn't gonna let nobody dunk on him, and that was the same thing that he did with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan actually Shaq was explaining a story how Michael Jordan went to the hole and he was about to dunk on him. Like, Michael Jordan, like the most athletic player arguably of all time. And he went up, and Shaq still was like, no, you're not about to dunk on me, and literally fouled him, like, to the point where he wasn't even able to get a shot up. And if you could do that to Michael Jordan, you could do that to anybody.
For us, watching him, we all marveled when he walked in. We go, like, we would just sit on the bus at times and watch him come out after a game. The whole team would be like, can you believe this guy? Look at him, and we just watch him walk through. The whole team would do it, and we'd all marvel at him, because of his size, grace, and stature.
They cannot stop 34.
Good times, man. Good times with the Lakers.
He really just took the lead by storm.
Magic?
When he did it in Shaquille O'Neal style, he was just as big off the court as he was on the court. And when he went from Orlando to the Lakers, LA just loved him.
Hey! Come here, David Robinson.
To win the championships that he's won, the long career.
Then they show his interview
impact that he has had on the game.
Most physically dominant player ever to play in this game.
There's not too many people that could withstand my boom boom.
There'll never be anybody like Shaquille O'Neal, ever.
I imagine there are certain players that you watched coming up as a young player and thought, I wonder what it'd be like to play against that guy. When you came into the league, Shaq had to be one of those guys. So what was it like once you finally faced
him in 15
playing
years?
against Shaq was like, it was like trying to post up an Escalade. That's just how strong he was. Like, I grew up watching Shaq when he was in Orlando. And as a kid, I idolized him. I just saw his game, and he was flashy, flamboyant, and he was a force to be reckoned with. And then going out there, having a chance to compete against him was truly special. But then at the same time, I actually had to go out there and compete against him. And you saw that strength of that ferocity that he played with, because he was trying to dunk every single time.
Just how much did he dominate not only a game, but your game plan as an opponent?
The game plan is crazy because, rest in peace, Kobe, the game plan always started with Shaq because he was so dominant at that time. So even though Kobe was dominant, it was all about, hey, how do we stop Shaq? What do we do on his rolls, his deep post-ups? Where's the double team coming from? if we front, how quickly is the weak side going to get over there? Because Shaq was one of those guys that once he established position down low, there was literally nothing you could do.
I don't know how many, it can't be more than a handful of players in NBA history who have had a physical advantage against any opponent every night of their career.
Yeah.
Shaq's one of those guys.
Most definitely.
Show more Lakers stuff.
Is the best. He's the best.
They gotta show D-Wade. I forgot. My bad.
To be a young kid like I was when Shaq came, and to have him, kind of lift me up the way that he did. He lifted state of Florida up. He lifted Miami, the city up.
Hello, Miami!
With one press conference or one celebration through the city. Like, he lifted us up as soon as he came to Miami. When he got out that big truck with that Soka gun, the whole city was alive. And to be able to go on a journey with him when we walk in arenas and everybody just Shaq. Like, I never experienced that. Like, coming out my rookie year when nobody cheering for us like that or wasn't rooting for us in that way. And he was a big thing. We pull up at 3 a.m. at the hotel, just thousands of people outside in the cold, waiting for their moment to either see him, say hi to him, whatever it is. And I've never seen a celebrity and a star in that way up close and personal. And to watch him pull me in, give me a nickname, Flash, push me forward,
he gave you that
and
nickname?
then those chants went from Shaq to Shaq and Flash. Man, it was just incredible, man.
Okay. Shout out to the Diesel. Shout out to Superman. Shout out to one of the GOATs, one of the most dominant players ever. And I always I think I kind of took Shaq for granted because it was always Shaq is the reason why y'all won these rings. Kobe ain't this, Kobe. So I was always trying to downgrade Shaq a little bit. But now it's to the point where I just got to appreciate greatness. Appreciate him for making Kobe's job so much easier in those first 3 championships. And I'm going to say he's one of the GOATs as far as the bigs. But one thing Kobe always said that I will agree with is if Shaq actually worked hard, ain't no telling how good he would have been. But I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. Make sure y'all like this video if y'all like this video. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Write what other videos y'all want me to react to. What other 75 story videos or Shaq videos. But let me know in the comments, man. We out.